Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'd like to share with you some rock carvings that I've collected. These are all effigies carved by Native Americans, and these are all of fish. I'm going to start with this one right here. This is the tail. That's a dorsal fin, and that would be the head. You can see there's some definition right through here, and there's even an eye carved out there. That's a fish. Yeah, you might say it's a stretch, but just hold on. Here's another one. You can see that the edge here is carved out higher on this one side to give it an appearance of a dorsal fin when you look at it like this. Here's the tail, that's the face. That's a fish. Now here's one. You can notice that the head's wider than the tail. Again, you see the definition here in the face. Here's a dorsal fin. That's another fish. Now here's a really nice example. This rock here, it's all tapered off all the way around it, really smoothed out, edged off, but on the very end here, on the very back side, they left a piece of stone to give it appearance as though that's the dorsal fin. That's the head, that's the tail, there's a dorsal fin there. Really nice example of a fish. Now here's one. Look at how wide the head is compared to the tail. The fish is curved. This is the head, this is the dorsal fin, this is the tail. That's a fish. Now when I look at this rock from this side, I see one item. I see an Indian warrior head. Here's the shape of the head right here. That's his mouth, his nose, his eye, the top of his head. That's his feathers right there, his headdress. I see an Indian warrior right there, but a lot of these rocks have multiple carvings in them. But that's a fish. Here's another rock. It's really curved and edged well. You can see it's carved. You can see that this would be the head. This would be the tail. There's your head. That's your tail. That's a fish. Here's a really nice example. Looks like a shark. There's the nose. Look at the mouth right here. The fin right there comes down to the tail. Look at how much wider the head is compared to the tail. That's definitely a fish. Really nice stuff. Now here's a fish. You got the head right here. You got the dorsal fin and you got the tail. And you got to look at this rock, how it's curved. It looks like it's swimming through the water. Really nice piece. Look at the tail back here. That's the head. This rock has some interesting features I like to share with you as well. Right here, you can see a face. The edge of this rock right here is white, and then they got an eye, there's a mouth. That's a face right there. Now there's faces all over this rock. Let's see if I can point a few out to you. Right here is one. An eye, a nose. That's a head right there. That's a face right there. And then over here, you got an eye, there's a nose, that's a mouth, that's one big face right there. And if you look, here's an eye, here's another couple little faces. There's an eye and a nose. And then this eye becomes an eye for that eye and that eye. These faces are all over the rock. Really interesting stuff. Now here's a fish. This is a story rock, but this has got some really interesting features. This is a fish. You see the mouth right here. There's a big X carved into the rock right here where the eye is. The whole fish is contoured and shaped unbelievably. You can see the edge that comes all the way around here to the tail. And then on the other side, you got the same edge that goes all the way around to the front. Has some really cool features. This rock actually shows the edging. They scored this rock, and you can see it. There's a score mark right here. It goes the whole width of the rock, and there's a few more of them on this rock. Look at that line. They scored that rock. What they did is they scored this rock in almost like a tic-tac-toe pattern, and then they edged it out. This has all been edged. You can see it's all been carved. A really nice example. But this is a story rock. Okay, it's a fish. You turn it over. That becomes a man's face. There's his nose, there's his mouth, there's his chin. That's a man's face right there. And on this side is a bear's portrait. That's the top of a head. There's an eye. There's the nose. That's a bear right there. And they left this part of the rock right here to give it definition in the face. So, you know, one could assume that this person was able to hunt and kill a bear, and he came back with a big fish. That's the story rock. Have fun with it, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. These are some fish that I've collected, these effigies. I have some others that I'd like to show you, so stay tuned.